Steven is back home, which means we're gonna have a very busy day today. The original plan was to give him a day of rest. I tried to get as many things done and taken care of before he got home. But today is going to be the only sunny day for like the next 4 or 5 days. And a lot of the stuff we need to do has to do with outdoor stuff. So even though he got home at midnight last night, I'm putting him to work bright and early today. We need to get the boat ready for hopefully sailing next week, which means we need to pull out all the stuff, double check it, bring it down to the boat, put stuff where it needs to go, make a list, check it twice. The dogs need a walk that doesn't consist of around the block. And I'm gonna make him cook some steaks today too, because why not? There's a possibility that we'll go to cash and carry while we're out running errands today. I wanna get some canned foods before we start seeing the effects of the tariffs hit, which means time is of the essence. But before all that, I do want to kind of quickly touch on my weight loss. It has stalled. I'm not going to show you guys the scale until I get over 156. So when I hit 155 is when you will see the scale again. Mainly because I'm not trying to focus on the scale right now. I'm trying to focus on getting my steps in. So my smartwatch is coming back, not today, because I'm not focusing on steps today. I'm focusing on getting chores done. I want to focus on my exercise routine, switching it up ever so slightly because that helped me with my last plateau, and really focusing on my protein. As long as I'm getting 100 grams of protein a day, everything else kind of falls into place. I do want to make sure I'm getting 60 grams of fat, but protein is the main concern. So steps, exercise, protein. Those are going to be the 3 main goals until I hit 155. Then we'll relook at it. But just so you guys know, this is what I'm doing to get out of my plateau. And I do know that I've been a little pessimistic lately because I'm in the plateau again. I was in it for months and months and finally got out of it and then went back to weight gain. And now I'm right back where I was months ago. And it's easy to get a little discouraged about that. But I also need to look at it from another perspective, which is the fact that I'm able to be somewhere for months and months and did get weight gain and then came back down relatively quickly means that I am doing a sustainable weight loss. There's some ups and downs. Every weight loss is not linear. I'm hitting those ups and downs, but it is sustainable. Even if it is me working on getting to my goal weight over 2 years, I have to remember I have lost 50 pounds in that 2-year period, which I could go, oh, I've only lost 50 pounds. I lost 60, or I could say, hey, I lost 50 pounds. That's 25% of my body weight, 1/4 of me, or me 2 years ago. And to get to my goal weight, I have 23% left, which means I am over the halfway mark. So not only did I reduce my body weight by 25%, I also gained healthy habits, learned some nutritional information, worked on my hobby, shared information with you guys, and overall I have become a healthier, happier person who's able to bounce back a lot faster. I really need to stop downplaying what I have accomplished because that's not going to get me very far. I want to acknowledge my missteps, but I need to acknowledge the right steps as well. I just get so focused on what other people have done, what other people are doing, and I fail to account for the positives in my daily life. I should be focusing on me. And with focusing on me in mind, I'm going to focus on a healthy breakfast. It's going to consist of 2 eggs, a bit of avocado and ricotta cheese, because I'm going to make a mixture of the avocado and ricotta cheese to make up for the fat and protein that I would normally have with 4 eggs, but because of the avian flu, I'm only using 2. The ricotta cheese is going to give me some protein and fats, and then the avocado is going to also give more fats. If you're using a whole egg, the majority of that egg is fat, and that's all in the yolk, which is why people will increase their protein with additional egg whites into their eggs. I tried doing that, hate the taste of it. Also, it only comes in like this big container, and if you're making a ratio that doesn't taste horrible, the egg whites expire way quicker than what I can use it. Also, I don't want to waste any part of an egg during, an egg shortage. So ricotta will give me some protein and fat, avocado, some fat. And then also, I'm going to put that on top of a white sweet potato and some spinach. That's going to give me fiber, it's going to give me nutrients, it's going to be a slow release carb, and that will set me up for success on the rest of my day, so that I don't get hungry while we're running all these errands and doing all these things. Oh, and before I forget, I have been at a 1,200 calorie... What's up, baby? Didn't miss miss you getting into my shot while I'm trying to think. I'm so happy he's back. So anyway, what was I trying to say? Oh, 1,200 calories is kind of where I've been putting myself around. I was really focused on, wow, my mindset, I just forgot everything I was gonna say. All that from a kiss. Okay, so my calorie allowance is 1,400 a day. I've been sticking closer to 1,200. I'm really gonna just make sure that I'm getting 100 grams of protein, and I think that I'm going to probably be closer to the 1,400 a day, just to make that easier, because I think the protein is more important than the 200 calorie deficit. Because some of those days, I'll start getting hungry at like 9 p.m. and that's bedtime, and then I don't sleep very well because I'm hungry and I'm waiting for 5 a.m. morning coffee. Sleep is very important. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm feeling very full by 4 p.m. every day, so I can still get in my 12-hour fast. And then the last thing before I start cooking, we're getting into the not so rainy months, which means less silent vlogs, less sardonic vlogs, more just come hang out with me, maybe some working on cinematic stuff, and the focus on weight loss. And the focus is mainly going to be about getting out there. A good job getting out there kind of running thing. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. That being said, let's start the day.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing a blink. I could go for some Queen Bee too. Macy's going boom boom. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over. We can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. Water slide. Surfing on a wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, cause you know this party won't stop. We could never run out of time, sipping strawberry lime. You know I wanna share it with you. Macy's going boom boom. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over. We can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. Water slide. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Got that DJ playing music everybody wants to hear, yeah. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Everybody wants a ride in the water slide. 3, 4. Baby, if you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come on over. We can take the roller coaster. And you know everybody's looking for a ride in the water slide. Water slide. Water slide.
What is that thing? That big tubey thing? You don't know? You're supposed to know everything.
That's nice.
Everything I know is because you've told me it.
There you go.
So I guess we both don't know what it is now. Fiberglass tube. used for something. Good enough. What's this? There's another trail. Let's go find this. We're gonna get lost. Well, no, we're not. I have you here. You'll keep me from getting lost, right?
I'm gonna leave you out here. Tie you to a tree.
He's leading us into some backwoods shit here. This is my walking path. Oh, Pumpkin, good boy. Ugh. I think the trail has officially ended a while ago. As long as Pumpkin still wants to keep going, which apparently he does. What you smelling there that you really like? Ah. Let's not get your leash caught on anything, shall we? Oh, okay. I cannot be a pumpkin holder. He's gonna pull me down. I'm surprised he still wants to keep going. There's not. I'm surprised I'm even in this kind of brush right now. See all these? I don't know if you see them. There's spider webs everywhere. I'm covered in spider webs. My least favorite thing to be covered in.
What'd you find, dude?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my leg, your leg is now tangled up. Oh, whatever it is, Duke, leave it. Come on. Leave it. Let's go.
How far ahead did you think this through?
That's the problem.
Well, I don't think that there's a way out of that fence up there.
Okay. But it's such a complicated fence.
It's complicated for those who don't want to climb on an unsturdy fence.
I almost stepped over the fence.
Well, aren't you so tall?
Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard.
Okay, well,
It's
let me
so
try. You film me trying. You film me trying.
I don't want you to get hurt.
Go ahead. Let's see if I can do that. I did it.
Wow, that was hard. It was impossible.
It was tricky. And also, I'm very impressed that he remembered that that stuff was there. I don't ever pay attention to anything but like small details when I'm walking. I'm more like, ooh, look at that cool leaf rather than look at where we are. On to the next thing. All right, next thing we need to do is get the boat ready, make sure we have all of our safety equipment. We are going to use the American Sailing Association's Coastal Cruising Made Easy, and this is going to be the 103. Here on page 167, you're going to get a list of requirements by boat size. Personal flotation devices, your registration needed, visual distress signals, fire extinguishers, sound producing devices, navigation lights, placards, marine sanitation device, and navigation rules. Our boat is 23, so we're going to fit into this 16 by 26 foot. We have this kind of flotation device and this one. We need a distress flag and or 3 smoke or day night flares. We will need 1 B1 fire extinguisher, a handheld or mouth blown horn. We are an engine fitted, so we need to make sure our side light, stern light, and mast headlight are all working. No placards required. Marine sanitation device, type 1, 2, or type 3. And that just means we have a composting toilet, which we do. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, the appendix on 166 will give you more information. The marine sanitation device, any installed marine toilet must be connected to a USCG approved marine sanitation device. So because I know we have all these things, we're gonna make sure that they are not expired. Load it up and head to the boat. Where do you want to start? The sails?
At the beginning.
This garage is not big enough for the both of us.
Nope.
Which one is that?
The white one?
Alright, this is cleaning and painting supplies. These are extras, so we don't need this. Why is there this brush and painting? Okay, so this was, I think... Oh, you know what? All of this stuff is in the boat. These are our extra stuff.
Yep.
Okay. So it's literally just the sails, and then on the boat we're gonna have to check everything.
Yep.
Gotcha. It's got all these spider webs on it. Oh, this is emergency drinking water. Light. Okay, so this is the emergency kit. Help. It says help. Okay, so this is a we're stranded kit. We don't need this on the boat. We're not going out far enough, not until we take a trip, right?
You don't need that.
Nice and dry.
Yep.
I don't know how we wash this because there's bird poo and fish carcass juice.
You put it in a pillowcase and you put it in the washer.
Put it in the pillowcase?
Yep, so that the jangly bits don't jangle all over the insides.
Okay, well, let me see if I have something to put it in. Can you help me for a second? I want to put these not where the dogs sit. If I had put some more thought into my excursion the other day to the boat, I would have realized that I could have loaded all of this up into the cart and brought it down to the boat. This is a trip and some chores that I could have done on my own and not had to make Stephen do it on the day that he comes back. C'est la vie. I didn't realize it. Next time the thought will probably cross my mind. My brain just went, the cart is for groceries, and kind of got stuck there. Anyway, didn't take too long. You know what, on second thought, I'm glad we waited because I don't think I would have thought to wash that sail cover in the wash machine. I think I would have tried to use a cleaner on it. And also we need to start the engine, test the lights. I'm not very good at starting it. I've only gotten started like twice and we haven't used it in a few months, so I do think Stephen's going to be needed for that. I do need to get better at starting the engine, which we're going to practice this summer. But yeah, we would have had to make this trip anyway, so say lovey. Which fucking key is it? Quick reminder to myself, the key is the one that says boat on it. None of the other keys say boat on it. Alright, so let's start with checking on what we normally have at hand. This is we need this readily available extra hat that has a little thing to help the wind from blowing it off. These are for the traveler. We need more of these because we use these to hold down the sails when we start putting them up while we're still on the ocean. That is starting to feel a little empty. SPF 100. Empty baggies for whatever reason. Baggies. Why do we have so many empty baggies? Adhesive sealant just in case we need to seal something up real quick. Alright, so all this looks good. There's 2 bags of reefing lines. We're good on that. I need to figure out where all of our equipment is. I think it's under that right there because they're things that need to be readily available in case of emergency. So I think the possibility that we left it inside the boat instead of inside a cockpit locker. Am I saying it wrong? Cockpit locker. That's hard to say, you guys. But the chances are they're in there. So we've got 2 sets of flares, a sound horn. We also have a whistle, a marine signal kit, and fire extinguisher. Just got to check the expiration dates. Okay, so for these signals, the expiration date, if you look on the back, it'll actually point towards it. We've got until August 2026 for these, September 2025 for these.
It's kind of how it is.
Usually there's a tag right here.
Yeah, we're tagless.
So there's a number. I'm going to capture that number and I'll look it up. See if there's an expiration date by that.
Pretty sure we don't technically have to have a fire extinguisher on this boat.
We do. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna have to look this up because we have a second one. That's the model number. I'm not seeing an expiration date on this. I think it might be that you need to double check the nozzle, make sure there's no obstruction or damage. I may be thinking about when I used to do inventory control, quality assurance. We used to have to stay on top of the fire extinguishers and have it tested. This may not be the case. It might just be look at it, make sure there's no damage. What you checking?
Well, get it open.
You don't have to check the oil stick when doing it?
That's his oil stick.
Oh. There we go. Alright, so tell me how you do this again. You keep it out on, you pull out the choke.
Pull the choke all the way out. Turn the engine all the way up to the
High?
fastest setting, which is this side, right?
Right.
That's slow, that's fast. And then you make sure it is in neutral.
Make sure it's in neutral.
There's forward, there's reverse, and neutral.
Okay.
All right, and you get a good yank on it.
Started right up. That's good signs for this year. Oh, why are you moving the boat? I didn't like it.
It's one of the things in the bigger boats to practice is having one corner of the boat tied and using the engine to control where you move the back end.
Oh, things to look forward to, I guess.
That basically allows you to hook the front and then push the back end in, or pull it out. Okay, you have the front tied off, and you can pull the back end out, and then let the front end off and back out. That's like when you're these side ties. And you got a boat in front of you and a boat behind you. You got to go out, you got to tilt it out, and then back out.
Oh.
Come in, you got to come in, and then end up tilting it back in.
You need your hat. You're turning red already.
Yeah.
You too white. All done. And look, across the way there's some ducks. From my pamphlet, I know that's a mallard, boy and girl. I don't know that. I'm just guessing, though. I think so, though. Let me know in the comments. The lights are going to be a little hard to test in the broad daylight, but we got power. We're not planning on going anywhere like for a long trip, probably this year, because we've got, you know, our Scotland trip, and we would need a little like extra time to plan it out and take a vacation for it. So I don't foresee us needing our lights in broad daylight, so I'm going to call that good for now. And with yet another errand out of the way, it's time to go get some food preparation in case things get tough. Okay, on our way here, we're seeing a lot of protesters. I've been all over the Bellingham Reddit. I have been waiting for a protest. I guess I did not get the memo. I knew nationwide there were protests going on. It's just the last time that there were nationwide protests, Bellingham didn't really participate. I didn't see anything about it, so I kind of thought that was going to be the case again. I think I'm going to have to be more active in searching for it. I was kind of relying on Blue Sky to let me know. Yeah, next time. What were you looking for? Food? So, I wouldn't mind some sweet green peas. I can eat a whole bunch of those. And for my research, pineapple, and it's full of vitamin C, so that's a good one. And also pears are going to be good on pricing, and they have fiber. which if you're relying on a lot of canned foods, fiber is a little bit harder to get. So definitely want to look at fibrous foods, especially if you're going to be on like potatoes and rice, because those are starches, not particularly fibrous. What are those?
Beans.
So from looking at it, the garbanzo beans and the white beans were the best price, because the case price here is $30. I think these were the other things I was looking at. Look at how nice and nicely priced, and we can make some stew with all those beans, and then it won't just be dried beans. This is not for preparing purposes, but I just kind of want this. Cranberry mustard. I don't want to waste $5 if it doesn't taste good. Let's see here. Cranberries, honey, salt. You know what? This might actually be, how many calories is it? 10 per serving, and you get 1 teaspoon. I think this would be really good with my shrimp. I'm getting it. I don't know what these are for, but for some reason I want all of them. This is an aisle we shouldn't be in. This aisle makes me so jealous.
Not necessarily slide around a whole lot. Let's see how well I can do that.
I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what we spent, but it was 2 weeks worth of grocery money. Times get tough. We spent 2 weeks worth of grocery money on possibly saving us for an extra 2 months. I feel bad that Steven's loading all this up without me, but also I would just be in the way at this point. So instead of helping with the physical stuff and the monetary stuff, I'm going to help by taking inventory of everything we have, looking up recipes, figuring out all the foods that I can make with what we have, and then if we need a few more items, I'll know exactly what we can get. I'm helping. Okay, so what kind of steak are we having?
I don't know, what kind did you get?
It looks like cross rib roast. Is that the kind that you can make with the dipping sauce, that special dipping sauce? What is the dipping sauce?
It's just au jus, it's just the butter and meat juices.
The au jus, yeah, I want the au jus, please. Oh, this isn't the bony stuff. I thought this was the bony stuff. That's why I grabbed 2 to thaw. Yeah, just I grabbed the wrong kind. We're gonna have steak for days, apparently. I'm not a dainty girl, and I do love steak, so let's just each have a big ass piece of steak. I did mess up and eat some candy. It wasn't in the plan. 2 o'clock rolled around and I was starving, and I went for quick and satisfying over nutritious and delicious. My breakfast was 200 to 300 calories less than what I normally get. It was really good though. Adding the ricotta cheese and avocado with the egg and sweet potatoes, really good. I definitely suggest that if you guys ever look to my channel for recipes. It's not really a recipe channel, it's more of like, here's what I make to stay on track. But I went too long without eating with that calorie amount because I'm not used to it. So I ate some candy, it's fine. I'll show you guys the end result of the steak though. Steven cooks a mean steak. I'm getting better at it. I will say, thyme. That is one of the things I've learned. For some reason, tastes so great on steak. It's butter, garlic, salt, pepper, and thyme. There's still a whole other steak in here. I'm gonna be eating more than just this. Would you look at that? That's gorgeous. Steven apparently gave me the larger cut and the au jus sauce. He didn't want any. If you look at the cut, there's really not that much fat on it, so this is going to be mostly protein. The butter and meat juice is probably going to have more fat calories than this cut in itself. Again, I'm just focusing on protein today. I don't know how big or caloric this is, but I'm just going to guess that this definitely is going to bring me to my protein goals. I definitely got enough steps in, but we'll be a little bit more thorough Monday through Friday. Steven says it's good. Let's see. It was really good. I ate that whole thing in like 5 minutes flat. I was very hungry and it tasted amazing. And I think with that, it's gonna be the end of the video. I'm super tired. I'd say halfway through this video, I started realizing I'm having a hard time talking to the camera because I'm just feeling very exhausted. But it's a good exhausted. It's exhausted of I had a lot of things to do, had a lot of fun doing it, and now I'm just tired. I still have some video editing to do, some clothes to fold, and some dishes and steak to prepare for tomorrow's breakfast, steak and eggs. But this is going to be it for today, and with that, I will say, I will see you guys soon. Bye!